Good evening and welcome along to Sporty Stuff TV and the final of Phase 2, Week 2 of the Online Darts Live League. And we have our 6 players to bring you split across into 2 groups of 3. And our opening group will be starting with Jared Cole up against Rob Collins. The actual groups are made up, as I said, of 3 players in each group. Jared Cole, Rob Collins and Stephen Burton in Group A. Joe Davis, Scott Baker and Colin Osborne in Group B. The top 4 will meet in the semi-finals. Then we'll have a 3rd and 4th playoff. And then we will have our final and crown our Week 2 champion, who will go through into Week 5, which will be Champions Week. More about that a little later on. Jared Cole is the 8-15 favourite for this one. Of course, Jared Cole came through Group A in some fashion with a huge leg difference advantage in that one. And of course, more about how all the other players qualified throughout the start of these games. But here is our opener. It is Rob Collins up against young Jared Cole. Rob Collins came through Group B, which was our evening sessions, of course. Joe Davis topped that one. He won 7 out of 8 matches. Rob Collins won 4 from 4, as did the other qualifier, Scott Baker. He won 4 out of 4. 5th and 6th in that one was Andy Jenkins and Jason Askew. Colin Osborne and Stephen Burton came through Group C, both winning 7 of their 10 matches. We do start with Group 1, as I said, Jared Cole versus Rob Collins. Then we will have Joe Davis against Colin Osborne from Group 2. Then match number 3 will be Stephen Burton versus Jared Cole. Then Scott Baker versus Joe Davis, Rob Collins versus Stephen Burton, and Colin Osborne versus Scott Baker. All the matches, as always, best of 7, first to 4, 2 points for a win. Leg difference is going to play a huge part. Outrights, Colin Osborne, your favourite at 11-4. Jared Cole 10-3. Stephen Burton 10-3.
180.
Joe Davis 5-1 and Scott Baker 11-2. Rob Collins, the outsider of the group, at 17-2. Scott Baker at 11-2. Well, not just my opinion, the opinion of most here. A little bit too big. What a start from Jared Cole. He came through Group A, which was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning. He won 11 of his 15 matches, had a leg difference of plus 21, had a running average of 87.21, a best of 102.62, hit 18 180s in those 15 matches. Checkout percentages 36.99 and highest of anyone, 8 ton plus finishes.
$55. Jared, you require 135.
And of course, the bonus of finishing top in Group A. He had Thursday and Friday off to prepare
95
for this final. And by the looks of it, we know what he's been doing. Spending a few hours on the board. Impressive start. Tops after 12.
28. Jared, you require 40.
No finish for Rob Collins, so no pressure.
Jared Cole.
There is the answer. A 13 dart holder throw and a 180 to get things underway. He did storm through that Group A, and that form here looks to be continuing. Rob Collins will be fully aware.
Game on.
He's got himself a bit of a match here. Winning big is going to be a huge advantage.
41.
I say with 3 players to a group, leg difference
100.
is going to play its part. Week 1 winner, Martin Adams, already through to Champions
100.
Week 5. This is the first time of watching the action on Sporty Stuff TV. Welcome along.
45.
If you did miss myself and Phil Bars at 6 p.m. on the Online Darts Live League YouTube
40.
channel, you want to know how Champions Week will work, go take a look at the end of play, around about 3 hours' time.
60.
But the 3rd and 4th playoff place we've done for a reason, because the winner of that will progress to the early stages of Champions Week.
140.
Better leg here from Rob Collins. Back comes Cole.
140. $50.
Very,
Jared,
very
you
tough
require
to
156.
try and pick a winner tonight.
100.
130
Rob,
for Collins.
130.
Only needs 1 treble in the combination to get a dart at the ball. No, sir, nowhere near.
65. Jared, you require 56.
14 leaves 42. That leaves 32. That was a loose one. Could have come out of his hand.
40.
Well, this is a great
Rob, you
opportunity.
require 65.
One that Rob Collins must take. 49 remaining. 17 for double 16 or 9 for tops.
25. Jared, you require 16.
3 in hand to double his lead and take control of this match 1 of this week 2 final.
8. Rob, you require 40. 20.
It started so well.
Jared, you require 8.
Host of missed doubles. 4 now for Jared
Game
Cole.
shot on the second leg.
Gets
Jared
it with his
Cole.
5th. It will matter not to him. That's a 2-0 lead and a break of throw for Jared Cole. He's now in control of this opening match.
Third leg, it's Jared to throw first. Game on. $60. $60.
Well, they say setbacks pave the way for getbacks. Congratulations to
134.
Daniel Dubois on a winning return after retiring against Joe Joyce.
85.
Bonkers. Joyce hasn't been out since that fight. We are on Sporty Stuff TV, of course. We will
85.
talk all sport.
$140. 58.
Well, it's a must-win leg for Collins. Could do with a 180 at 4 in one of his matches on Thursday night.
60. Jared, you require 164. 139. Rob, you require 156.
Very, very close to our first big finish of the night. We could get one here. Treble 20 will leave double 18. He's had a 167 and a 161.
Jared, you require 25.
To qualify for tonight's final. Oh, it's right on the wire.
17. Rob, you require 56.
2 12s. 32 leaves 24. 2 6s. Players like this. Right-handers.
44.
Straight down your eye line.
Jared, you require 8.
The reason why they like double 6 is because you haven't got to worry about the weight so much. Just the line.
Game shot on the third leg.
And that's
Jared Cole.
a 19-dart hold to throw for Jared Cole in a commanding position. His game to lose now. Important for Collins. Just a hold throw here
Fourth
to get
leg,
a
it's
leg
Rob
on the
to throw
board.
first.
Minus
Game
4 in the leg difference would be a disaster. The worst of all starts, of course. As I said, tournament averages
100.
87.21 for Jared Cole in Group A.
43.
Scott Baker in Group A. He obviously qualified for Group B, finishing in third spot, averaged 89.03.
60.
Colin Osborne averaged 84.36. And in Group B,
60.
Joe Davis had a running average of 89.62, a best of 94.53. Rob Collins, 85.17. And Scott Baker, 86.770.
100.
Colin Osborne, then in Group C, over 10 matches, averaged 89.07 with a best of 107.69, 11 180s, 45.95% on the doubles. Very, very impressive. Stephen Burton, 87.51 was his running average over the 10 matches and had a high of 104.48.
60. Rob, you require 107.
So Rob looking good, just to get a chalk on the board. And if you are going to get beat, you'd want it to be only 4-3, to be honest.
83.
Sets up 2 12s when he returns.
$60. Rob, you require 24. 12.
Oh, that's none from
Jared,
9 on
you
the
require
doubles.
138.
2 treble 19s, double 12. He'll stay there. That leaves a ton.
58.
Treble 20 would have left
Rob, you
tops.
require 12. 6. Jared, you require 80.
25 ball. 1 match start. Incoming. Oh,
30.
in and out. In and out the ball.
Rob, you require 6.
Yeah, raise of the eyebrows from Rob Collins. Worst double on the board. Wow, what can he see of it? He's moving all the way left. Try and dink it over the top. No. Very, very awkward indeed.
Jared, you require 50.
10 for tops. For 4-0.
10.
3
Rob,
match
you require
starts.
6.
Scared of it.
No score.
Once you miss it,
Jared, you
your
require
first start,
40.
you're obviously slightly hesitant to attack, because if you go inside, There's no double 1.5, I'm afraid.
Game, shots, and the match.
Jared
Cole.
Cole, in lengthy fashion in the end, gets the win, but it's a win. It's 2 points. More importantly, it's +4 on the leg difference. Right, we're going to be back with two of the favourites for the title. Joe Davis, who won 7 out of his 8 matches in Group B, is up against Colin Osborne. Good evening and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League, brought to you on Sporty Stuff TV. Well, this is match number 1 of Group 2, and it will be Joe Davis against Colin Osborne. Joe Davis coming through Group B emphatically, winning 7 out of 8 games. Only lost his last match of the night last night and had a leg difference of +9. Well, the bookies can't split them. I can't split them. I'm just siding towards Colin Osborne. One thing for sure, it won't be like the last game. It will be no 4-0 here. Joe Davis, 24 from Brighton. Runner-up last November, of course, in the Unicorn World Youth Championships. Losing out to Bradley Brooks. Colin Osborne, 45 now, from Middlesbrough, lives in Derby. Uses a 20-gram Winmore dart. Oh, Jared Cole tops the table of Group 1 now, after one match. This is the first match involving Group 2, which is Joe Davis against Colin Osborne, the third player being Scott Baker. The third player in Group 1 is
Joe to throw first.
Stephen
Game on.
Burton. Very little in their stats going into it, excluding their best performance
60.
this week. The best performance from Joe Davis was 94.53. Well, that's some difference to Colin Osborne's best that came against Richard North on Wednesday, 107.69. Sorry, it came on Thursday, didn't it? 11 180s in Group C. His doubling percentage is absolutely
100.
outstanding. 45.95%, a high out of 150. 5 ton plus outs in total and a best leg of 10.
81.
His best game is certainly superior to that of Joe Davis's from what we've seen this week. Check out stats for Joe Davis. A very, very equally as impressive 42%.
100.
I think he can be easily outscored. But he is rock solid. As I said, the book is
97.
couldn't split them. I was just slightly, marginally in favour of Colin. But it really is a coin flip. Our first look
140.
at Stephen Burton in our next match. He's 8 to 11 to beat Jared Cole. Cole even money. Although Cole's average was absolutely
28.
ordinary.
Don't require 101.
It didn't really reflect the scoring performance. Though the scoring phase part of that match just went slightly missing on the doubles. Missed 11 at darts at doubles in the end.
Game shot on the first leg.
That's
Joe Davis.
A solid start and a hold to throw from Joe Davis in our first ton plus finish of the night. And I can assure you, it won't be our last. So Colin Osborne with the darts will get
Second
leg
leg.
2.
It's Colin to throw first. Game
away. Always a bit of a slow starter. That was my only worry with Colin. It takes a bit of time to get the rhythm going and get up to speed.
81.
His natural tempo is a little bit quicker than how he starts, and that's causing him a few issues.
96. $140.
That was Joe Davis's third ton plus checkout of the week. Joe Davis, a name synonymous, of course, with indoor sport. If you followed your billiards and snooker some
100.
70 years ago or so. There was another Davis, of course, that wasn't
60.
too bad at indoor sport, especially Q Sports. And Steve Davis, big fan of darts is Steve.
$100.
Be catching up with Steve, I presume, if he's at the PDC fishing next month. Be there with Sean Teal, Ian Burns, and
100.
Mark Williams trying to defend our team trophy.
$145. Colin, you require 120.
I think this has to go. Treble 20 and tops.
60. Joe, you require 60.
perfect for him. His darts lay fairly horizontal with the floor.
Game shot on the
There
second
you go.
leg.
There's the result.
Joe Davis.
Back-to-back 15 dart legs for Joe Davis. Well, he's living up to the billing of being favourite for this week 2 title. And he's averaging 100.20 after 2 legs, a 15 dart hold,
Joe to throw first.
and a 15 dart break of throw. Great lineup again for you next week.
100.
Paul Nicholson back in the hot seat Monday morning, 9:30 a.m. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch the action. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning sessions, and then the Thursday, Friday morning sessions, of course, remain on YouTube, and then the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday sessions.
180.
You can view it on Sporty Stuff TV. Welcome along. Back-to-back 140s for Davis.
36.
This was my concern. Colin getting off to a slow start, and he's going to be put in the position that he will have to beat Scott Baker in the final match if he goes down heavy here.
140.
Scott Baker will be in action in our 4th match following
95.
Burton and Cole.
Joe, you require 81.
He'll be playing Joe Davis, who's going to have an advantage, very much like Jared Cole against Burton. To follow this one, he will have had 1 game. Double 16. This is for a 12.
Game shot on the third
Absolutely.
leg. Joe Davis.
Outstanding stuff from Joe Davis, averaging 104 now, 3-0 up. Has the break of throw as well. Hold, break, hold.
Fourth
all
leg.
done
It's Colin
in
to throw first.
42 darts. 3 out of 4 on the doubles. 101 checkout in leg 1. A 15 dart break of throw in leg 2. And that 81 checkout for a 12 darter.
93.
Ton 180, 140, and out on 81.
$60.
Absolutely nothing Colin can do with him at the moment. Did feel he would have took massive confidence coming through that group of Rob Collins, Scott Baker, Andy Jenkins and Jason Askew with just the 1 defeat.
$26. $96. $43. $89.
Oh, needs to fill it to leave a finish. So 6 darts.
100.
For Joe Davis to win it. I did suggest.
Joe, you require 142.
I didn't think it would be 4-0. I mean, you look at the stats for the week, and they are so level. However, Joe Davis is averaging some 14 points above
58.
his mean average for his 2 days of play. He has raised his game. Collins has dipped by some 16 points.
95. Joe, you require 84.
To wrap it up, and if he takes the 84 out in 3, his average will be exactly 100.20. If he takes it out in 2, well, it's not going to be 2.
Game.
It's going to be 3.
And the match. Joe Davis.
A clenched fist. He knows how big that was. And it was a huge win in some style for Joe Davis. And there you go. 4-0, 100.20 the average. 66.67% on the doubles. Absolutely outstanding. Right, up next, another match from Group 1. This time it's Stephen Burton up against Jared Colt. Good evening and welcome back to the online Darts Live League. Brought to you on Sporty Stuff TV. This is match number 2
First
of
leg,
Group
it's Stephen
1.
to throw first. Game on.
And it's Jared Colt against Stephen Burton. Stephen Burton finished second in Group C on
80.
leg difference to Colin Osborne. Won 7 of his 10 matches, plus 11 leg difference. Colin Osborne was plus 15, had a running average
60.
of 87.51 and a best of 104.48 5 ton plus finishes, a best of 134.
81.
Jared was very, very impressive at the start of his match against Rob Collins.
97.
Opened with a 180 and a 13-dart holder throw, and it, well, certainly didn't get any better than
96.
that. You will have to improve.
140.
The bookies think so also. 8 to 11 about Stephen Burton. Even money, Jared Cole.
100.
Bit of a player is Stephen Burton. Been around a while now.
180. Stephen, you require 144.
Treble 16.
88.
Went for the treble 8
Jared,
for
you
tops.
require 24.
Oh, he opened the show with a 13. If that would have gone in,
Game shot on the
that
first
would have been a
leg.
13.
Jared
However,
Cole.
it's a 14-darter, but more importantly for Jared, it's a break of throw, a win here of any sort. And of course, he will be guaranteed in to that semi-final.
Second leg, it's Jared to throw first. Game on.
Like I said, he started like this with a 180 as well in leg 1 of match 1.
140.
And then went completely missing. However, so did Rob Collins. Rob Collins in that match. 18 darts at a double. Didn't it want?
99.
Well, my outsider to win it was Scott Baker. And he is favourite to beat Joe Davis in our following match, which, well,
55.
I cannot agree. If Joe Davis continues to play in that vein of form, if you missed it, Joe Davis beat Colin
58.
Osborne 4-0 in 15 with a 101 checkout, 15 break of throw, a 12 with a 180 and 81 checkout, and an 18 darter. He finished with an average
83.
of 100.20. His best of this campaign.
100.
And he has to be respected on that performance.
140. Jared, you require 144. 100. Stephen, you require 124.
For the instant break back.
63. Jared, you require 44. Game shot on the second leg. Jared
And
Cole.
holds throw to double his lead. Now leads 2 legs to 0. Oh, he is continuing where he left off against Rob Collins, but just at a little higher quality this time.
Third leg,
Stephen
it's
Burton,
to throw first.
well
Game
and
on.
truly on the back foot.
100.
A must-win leg for Burton, this one.
140.
Following the Scott Baker, Joe Davis, is Rob Collins against Stephen Burton. Now, mentally, what will that 4-0 defeat
97.
have done to Rob Collins? Probably the most inexperienced of all the players in this tonight.
100.
Probably excluding, well, no, Jared Cole knows all about this game, that's for sure.
60.
Even at his young 20 years of age. Yeah, Rob Collins, even money. Burton 8 to 11. That's
60.
oh, that's inviting. Irrelevant of what happens in this result. He's averaging close to 88 at the moment. Burton.
100.
Rob Collins averaged only 66 in that defeat. So that's the kind of form
60.
they're in.
Stephen, you require 144.
8 to 11 appears to be huge.
100.
As always,
Jared,
I
you
don't have an
require
opinion or a thought.
141.
I just totally look at the reams of data I have in front of me.
85. Stephen, you require 44.
Bit of Motown, four tops, as my old pal Alan Warner
24.
likes to say.
Jared, you require 56. 16. Stephen, you
Nowhere
require
near.
20. Game shot on the third leg.
Got
Stephen
away with one
Burton.
there. Stephen Burton in the end. 2 darts at tops for Jared Cole for 3-0. And that would have been the double break of throw. And for me, game over. However, Burton's back in this one.
Fourth leg, it's Jared to throw first. Game on. $60.
Doesn't hit a tremendous amount of 180s, Burton, but that's more down to the way his
24.
darts sit in the board, and he likes to switch. He will often run for cover. Hits a fair amount of 174s and 177s.
60.
Only hit 5 180s in Group C.
133.
Mike Gillett 4, Fallon Sherrick hit 9, Josh McCarthy at 7, Richard North hit 8,
60.
Colin Osborne, who topped the group, hit 11.
$41.
He's had a bit of a chance here. Jared Cole only scored 180
$60.
in 9 darts, and now 240. That's 60 a throw.
$40.
Guilty now of trying too hard, forcing everything. When you do that, this game becomes more difficult than normal.
55. $137. 60. Stephen, you require 126.
Trouble 19 would have left the ball.
46.
Two
Jared, you
trouble
require
19s, double 16
146.
for Jared Cole. He did do this in Group A along with a 164.
64. Stephen, you require 80. $40.
It's just
Jared, you require 82.
he will be absolutely fuming. Double 16, double 8.
74.
What an opportunity Burton has here to level
Stephen, you
things
require
up.
40. $20.
Pressure
Jared, you
definitely playing
require
its part.
8.
Just tries to compose himself. 2 twos.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Jared Cole.
Well, puts his hands up in the air, but gets there in the end. That was a long one. 27 dart holder throw. Burton will be absolutely kicking himself.
Fifth leg. It's Stephen to throw first. Game on. $60. $100. $180.
that.
100. 100. 57. Stephen, you require 161. 26. 83. Stephen, you require 135.
1, 2, 3. That leaves 63. Treble 13 with a left
85.
2 12s.
Jared, you require
So 161 to win it. 17 would have left the ball.
97. Stephen, you require 50. No score. Jared, you require 64.
Well, he's had an absolute mare here. Double 16.
Game, shot,
Double
and the match.
16
Jared
he
Cole.
gets, and he now takes his place. And you could see by the reaction there from Stephen Burton, he's absolutely livid with that performance. Well, as you can see there, 75.59 average. That is some 12 points off of his running average going into tonight's final. Well, we're going to be straight back with Scott Baker against Joe Davis. Good evening and welcome back to Sporty Stuff TV for the Online Darts Live League Phase 2 Week 2 final. Match number 4 and match number 2 from Group 2. Scott Baker up against Joe Davis. Joe Davis, the most impressive of all the players we've seen so far. His performance was a standout one, winning 4-0 with a 100.20 average, which was very, very impressive indeed. And here's that man, Joe Davis. He beat Colin Osborne, one of the favourites for this Week 2 title. They have Scott Baker, who was my selection going into tonight. I wasn't sure how Joe Davis would respond after his great performances over 2 days and the pressure of going in
It's Scott to throw
favourite.
first.
Well,
Game on.
he answered all those questions and he's even money to win this one. Baker 8-11.
85.
Jared Cole played to 1-2, 4 points plus 7. He is in. Rob Collins and Stephen Burton will play in our next match.
94.
Winner of that one, it's a simple straight shootout. Winner of that one will go through into the
100.
semi-finals with Jared Cole. A win here for
57.
Joe Davis, and it will be a similar scenario for Colin Osborne and Scott Baker, who
60.
compete in our final match of the 2 mini groups. Top 2 from each group go through to the semi-final. Losers of that semi-final will have a 3rd and 4th playoff, and that is a big game because the person who wins that
45.
will progress to the start of Champions Week.
139. 93. Scott, you require 117. Game shot on the first leg. Scott Baker.
It's the first leg. Joe Davis has lost this evening, and it's a holder throw for Scott Baker. Well, the perfect start. And how will Joe Davis
Second
respond?
leg. It's Joe to throw first. Game on.
So very nice. 117 finish.
140. 44.
'Some notable names coming in from week 4. Names you'll remember: Andy Smith, the Pie Man,
97.
Dieter Hedman, Gary Stone, Jim Williams, John O'Shea, the World Masters winner, of course, Kevin McDine, Kevin Painter,
100.
Mark Durbridge, Mark Webster, Neil Duff from Northern Ireland, of course, Steve Hine, Terry Jenkins, and Tony O'Shea.
41.
Real mix
140.
players making their debuts in the Phase 2 of the Online Darts Live League. £10,000 in prize money in Week 5's Champions Week.
59.
And then Week 10, which will be our other Champions Week of this Phase 2, will be
£137.
£12,000
Joe, you
in
require
prize money, with
£164.
£6,000 going to the winner, the richest prize available in amateur darts. 437 on your Skybox.
Require 80.
I think it's 256 on FreeSat. Double 10 for 2-0 and a break of throw.
Game shot on the second
Very,
leg.
very
Scott
tidy.
Baker.
A 14 dart, 80 checkout for Scott Baker this time. 100% on the doubles, averaging well over a ton. Looking good here. He has the break. 2-0 up. Has the darts
Third
in leg
leg,
3.
it's Scott to throw first. Game on. $59.
I thought the price was a little short. He is my pick, but I didn't like the 8 to 11, especially on the back of
94.
Joe Davis's performance in the opening match of the night. Other players involved in the weeks commencing 4 to 9. Carl Wilkinson, as I said, Jim McEwen, Gary Stone, Lee Evans, not the comedian,
60.
Martin Thomas, Neil Duff, Rhys Griffin. Good mix of players.
140.
Durbridge also a World Masters winner, of course, and World Championship runner-up, World Match Play runner-up. Mark Webster, a former World Champion, of course. Dita Edmond is about
100.
the only thing she hasn't won yet. Looking forward to seeing Dita, as always.
94.
So I'll be back for week 4 and then back on for week 6 and 7. Pools off on Pro Tour duty. Great to see the players back in action, of course, on the Pro Tour as that returns.
134. Scott, you require 150. $100.
It's actually a perfect day for a darts fan
Joe,
when the Pro Tour returns, as
113.
we will just be coming off air as the Pro Tour will be starting. What a day for darts fans. 13 for tops.
Game
Brilliant.
shot on the third leg.
Absolutely brilliant from Joe Davis. A 15 darter of zone. A ton plus finish to match the 117 from Scott Baker in leg 1. This is some game of darts so far.
It's Joe to throw first. Game on.
What's brilliant for Joe is that was a break of throw, and he needed it. Got off to
58.
a sticky start here. Scott Baker averaging pretty much 100. 87 for Joe Davis.
85.
But with that 15 darter and 113 checkout, give him the boost he needs. Took a 101 out, of course, in his opening match, that 4-0 win over Colin Osborne.
100.
If Scott does find a way to win this one,
45.
and depending on the scoreline, that defeat from Joe to Colin of 4-0, even if Colin wins, he's going to have to win big because he has to move that leg difference significantly.
60. 83.
It's been a bit of a disappointing start to the
85.
action. Only one decent performance so far, and that's been from Joe Davis in that first match.
140.
Or his first match. Outside of that, we've had a splattering of 70 averages. Oh, Baker here
100.
wants
Scott, you
148
require 148.
to instantly get that break back. Needs a treble. Gets
100.
Joe Davis may only get one dart at a double here. You
Joe,
go
you
treble 20
require
for double
98.
19. If he hits a 20, it will be treble 18, double 12, unless he likes the lie. He may stay there for treble 20, double 9. May switch. Does successfully. Double 12.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
His
Joe
finishing
Davis
tonight has been absolutely immaculate. What a wonderful finish under pressure. Scott Baker poised on 48 to go 3-1 up and get the breaker throw back.
Fifth leg. It's
To all.
to throw first.
And we're
Game
back on throw.
59.
It was only an 18 darter. It was the
96.
situation that what makes it more impressive. He was under extreme pressure. That 98 doesn't go.
83.
And Baker steps in and takes out the 48. He then here is throwing for the match 4-1. Puts a completely different spin on things.
60. 125. 134. 140. 57.
So no
Scott,
real
you
pressure
require
on this
94.
94.
Game shot on the fifth leg.
Although
Scott Baker.
he slotted that away quite beautifully. 18 treble 20, double 8, Swede in a hold of throw and a 3-2 lead. For the first time, Joe Davis is
Sixth
right
leg.
up against
Joe
it.
to throw first. Game on.
He was 2-0 down, but in a race to 4, there's still some work to do. He did respond well with 15 dart 113 checkout and a 98 checkout to level things up.
140.
Both players 100% on their doubles. Scott Baker, of course, did go
60.
through a match without missing a double a couple of days ago. It was 100%. They're both 100% right now.
$180.
He is showing some tenacious attitude.
100.
He's going to force Baker to serve this one out.
$96. 97. Joe, you require 85.
Treble 15 for tops. Looking at ball for double 16.
45.
And in the end, just leaves tops after 12. Another solid leg of darts in this match. The winning legs have been won in 15-14. The opening two legs for Scott Baker, 15 and 18 for Joe Davis.
40.
Then that 94 checkout was a 15 darter for Scott Baker. And he's on tops after 12 here.
Game shot on
And
the
that's
6th leg.
a 13 dart hold of throw to level things up at 3 apiece. And our first match of the night to go all the way. Baker has the darts in the 7th and deciding leg.
7th and final leg. It's Scott to throw first. Game on. $100.
Starts with a steady enough ton.
70. 60. 140. 100.
Only 50 points adrift in a leg that Baker started, of course.
$100. 100.
It's Baker first down to a finish, but 141. Relevant of how well they've been finishing, and my goodness, haven't they been finishing well? And 2 ton plus finishes, both players 100% on doubles. But in the deciding leg of a match, this is a big ask.
Scott, you require 141. $85. Joe, you require 91. $53.
Well, one match dart for
Scott, you require 56.
Joe Davis.
Game, shot, and the match. Scott Baker.
32-24, and inflicts the first defeat of the night on Joe Davis. And what a game that was. Yet again, Scott Baker goes through a match 100% on doubles. 93.87 was the average, 4 out of 4, a high finish of 117. Well, at the best game, probably one of the best games of the week. All right, we're going to be back with Rob Collins against Stephen Burton, and that one's a straight shootout. as the saying goes, follow that one, lads. What a wonderful performance. I liked Baker before the off. As you know, he was my tip for tonight. I just didn't like that price. I like the fact that I thought he could win. I just thought the price was too short. However, I don't think so in this one. Burton 8 to 11. Rob Collins even money. Quite simply, whoever wins this match goes through to the semi-finals. Both lost their openers. Rob losing 4-0. Stephen Burton losing 4-1. The other match is going to be to decide Group 2.
First leg, it's Rob to throw first. Game on.
Colin Osborne against Scott Baker. A little more complicated. However, we'll be down to leg difference, and because Colin lost 4-0, he's going to have to win
45
by a 4-0 or 4-1 margin.
$140.
So this one, all to play for.
81.
What we do know is two of our semi-finalists are Jared Cole and Joe Davis.
140. $140.
Winner of Group 1 in our semi-finals will play the runner-up in
100.
Group 2. So our first semi-final will feature Jared Cole, and he will be up against Colin Osborne
47. Rob, you require 80.
or Scott Baker, unless Scott Baker wins 4-1 or better.
Game shot on the first leg.
Rob Collins wins the opener with an 80 checkout. That was his Achilles heel, of course, in his opening match. But not so there. An 80 checkout wins him leg 1 with the darts.
Second leg, it's Stephen to throw first. Game on.
And a tidy little 15 darter.
91.
His first leg of the night.
$60. 100.
Colin Osborne is 8 to 13 to beat Scott Baker. Scott Baker 6 to 5. They've got that wrong. Looking at the form of both players tonight,
59.
I'd have that round the other way. And we can only go by form. You're only as good as your last match.
60.
Colin Osborne's last match, he averaged nearly 20 points lower than Baker, and Baker was pushed all the way by a very, very good Joe Davis.
81.
Joe Davis averaging around about 95 for the night.
$98.
Joe Davis's tournament stats for the week are now well over 90.
131. Stephen, you require 152.
Don't forget, if you fancy your chances in the Online
92.
Darts Live League,
Rob, you require
and get in your
170.
hands on the part of the 10 and 12,000 pounds in prize money, you can enter
60.
a Mad
Stephen,
Darts
you require
qualifier.
60.
Maddarts.tv is the website you need.
Game shot on the second leg. Stephen Burton.
Stephen Burton levels things up with a 60 checkout, one apiece. Both legs have gone with the darts. Leg 3, Rob Collins to throw first.
Third leg, it's Rob to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, we've got 2 more. We've had 2 qualifiers already. There's 2 further qualifiers, and well, for some of you, it's ideal. You don't even have to leave
96.
your house. You do it online, as long as you've got decent internet and
98.
a camera phone and a laptop. You can enter the qualifiers. Plenty of you out there that are
100.
so good you can think you can be critical. Oh, get your entries in. Put up or shut up. What a great opportunity.
140. 135.
As I said, have a look on maddarts.tv.
99. Rob, you require 170.
Click on the news button, scroll down a couple of inches, and you will see the collaboration with the Online Darts Live League and how you can enter
58.
the 2
Stephen,
remaining
you require
qualifiers. I think it's
164.
only £11. And your opportunity there to
78. Rob, you require 112.
collect up to £7,000 or £8,000, depending on which week you qualify for.
60. Stephen, you require 86.
Break of throw opportunity. Should get at least a dart. Oh dear. So I was going to say at least a dart at the ball. Treble 18 left double
36.
16. 18 would have
Rob,
left
you
the ball.
require 52. 42. Stephen, you require
Very
50.
close to tops and tens. He bust this, remember, last time out. Double 16, 1 left.
34.
Dear, oh dear.
Rob, you require 10. 6.
Oh, another
Stephen, you require 16.
great chance for Burton.
8. Rob, you require 4.
He's having an absolute nightmare night.
Game shot on the third leg. Rob Collins.
I've never seen Burton miss so many darts at doubles. Usually very reliable. Just checking up on my notes. Yeah, 1 out of 3 on average
Fourth
over
leg, it's Stephen to throw first. Game on.
10 matches this week. He's currently half of that. 1 from
60.
6. How will he mentally respond?
55. 125.
So this is a simple shootout. So it's going to come with its own level of anxiety.
95.
Their first knockout game, of course.
96.
Of the week, although Rob Collins did have to come through a bit of a sticky situation in the
30.
final match. Of a possible 140 legs that could have been
100.
played in Group B, 121 were played. That shows you how tight things were.
57. Stephen, you require 120. 80.
He will be back. With pressure.
180. Stephen, you require 40.
Had to be due one from Rob Collins.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Stephen Burton.
No drama for Burton. A 17-dart holder throw, despite the max from Collins. It's 2 apiece. We're on throw. It's getting edgy now, isn't it? It's down to a best of 3.
First. Game on.
Remember, straight shootout. Loser. BFH.
60.
Winner. A place in the semi-final. And a match against more
100.
than likely Colin Osborne or Scott Baker.
$42.
It'll be against Joe Davis if Baker beats Osborne 4-0. Is Burton about to make his move?
140. $119.
Great recovery on the 19s.
$57. $42.
So Burton has the darts.
84.
Any kind of breaker thrower is great, but when you're 2-0 in a best of 7, the timing is perfect. Because the very next leg with
134.
momentum,
Stephen,
you get the opportunity to serve it out. But that's a great shot from Collins. And it was enough
80.
just to plant a
Rob,
seed of doubt in Burton.
104.
Big moments. Needs a treble. Could go 48-36.
56. Stephen, you require 40. Game shot on the fifth leg. Stephen Burton.
Burton does step in with a 16-darter. Not his best leg of the match. Did have a 13-darter in the opening leg. But he has advantage.
Game on.
3-2 up. Has the darts. Can he close it?
81.
That is his best leg. The best leg of the match
134.
was the opening leg, a 15-darter by Rob Collins. Winning legs for Stephen Burton, 17, 17 and 16.
68.
Again, super stuff on the cover shooting from Collins.
100. $60.
Well, Collins now has the darts.
$47. $45. $100. $97. Rob, you require 120.
For 3-3 and the break back.
60. Stephen, you require 150. $60. Rob, you require 60. 20.
Well, again, Burton
Stephen,
should
you
get
require
a dart at the
90.
ball if he keeps them straight. He's going to get a dart at double 15. He's going to get another
75.
2 match darts for
Rob,
Burton.
you require 40. Game shot on the 6th leg. Rob Collins
holds it all together and does get the break back. 2 match darts for Burton. He was quick at them, wasn't he? Double 15, of course, not the nicest double on the board.
Final leg. It's Rob to throw first. Game on.
Collins has the darts then in the decider. 2 holds of throw have been followed by
100.
2 breaks of throw.
100. 60. 60.
Well, complete parity. 3-3, 3-4-1, 3-4-1. Both thrown 6 darts.
42.
Rob Collins is the first to flicker. Can Burton make him pay?
100.
Could have been worse.
137. 140.
No finish for Rob Collins. Burton has it in his own hands here.
58. Stephen, you require
101
101
for a place in the semis. It's been a good effort from Collins. If this does go in,
89.
a 3rd match start
Rob, you require 104.
for Stephen Burton. Treble 20, double 12. No.
60. Stephen, you require 12.
So can Burton put him away? Oof, my goodness.
6.
Never looked convincing
Rob,
at
you
all.
require 44.
7 match darts.
Game, shot, and the match. Rob Collins.
Well, well. There you go. I did say I fancied Burton, and, well, let's be honest, he should have won that one, and fairly comfortably. But Rob Collins sticks in there, gets the job done, gets the doubles hit. Okay, our final match will be Colin Osborne against Scott Baker. Good evening and welcome back. And this is the final matches or final match of the group stage of the final of the Online Darts Live League Week 2, brought to you by Sporty Stuff TV. Well, quite simply, Colin Osborne has to win 4-1 or better. Scott Baker needs just the 2 legs.
First leg, it's Colin to throw first. Game on.
Colin has the darts. I say Colin 8-13, Baker 6-5. That's around the wrong way for me.
55.
And I'll tell you why. Because once Scott Baker gets to 2 legs and
60.
Colin knows he's out, how much will he have left in the tank in terms of winning?
125.
It's going to be hard to remain switched on. Although, I suppose the same can be said for Scott.
100.
We're about to find out. But like I said, on the back of what we've seen so far, if they play to type,
85.
there's only one winner. Like I said, Colin Osborne, the reason I didn't like him early on was because he tends to get off
26.
to a very, very slow start. And of course, when there's 2 groups of 3, there's no time for that.
140.
And for me, he was in the tougher section with Joe Davis and Scott Baker.
133. Colin, you require 96.
So going down 4-0 in the opening match has left him an awful lot to do.
56. $41. Colin, you require 40. Game shot on the first leg. Colin Osborne.
Very steady 16-dart hold of throw. Scott Baker not at the races so far, but he can play like that sometimes, and then all of a sudden there's just a little spark,
Second leg, it's
and
Scott
away he
to throw
goes.
First. Game on. 140.
I was just about to say, just like that.
$55.
Joe Davis is through this group already, obviously, on 2 points plus 3.
60.
The conclusion of this match, we will be taking a very brief
86.
10-minute game, and the first semi-final will be Jared Cole
140.
against the runner-up in this one, which could
60.
be
Scott, you require 161.
Scott Baker. It could be Joe
91.
Davis. Could be Colin Osborne. Very few permutations depending on the scoreline.
58. Scott, you require 70. Game shot on the second leg. Scott Baker.
And that's a 15-dart hold of throw for Scott Baker. And he is 1 leg closer to progressing. Yeah, Joe Davis, 2 points plus 3.
Third
So
leg. It's
if
Colin to
Baker
throw first.
won
Game on.
full 1, he would be on 4 points, which of course would put him into first spot. And Joe Davis
180.
would be playing Jared Cole.
96.
However, if Colin Osborne wins 4-1, it will be Colin
95.
in that first semi-final.
140.
And if Colin wins 4-2, it will be Scott playing in the first semi-final. My goodness, I'm confusing myself.
99.
Where's that abacus? Colin Osborne looking good here for his second hold of throw and to go 2-1 up.
57. Colin, you require 127. 99. 180. Colin, you require
super
28.
pressure from Baker. Both on 28. Both thrown 12 darts.
Game shot on the third leg. Colin Osborne.
Well, that was something he wasn't doing the past couple of years, getting himself in those positions and won't closing them out. Right now, this version of Colin Osborne, much, much better under pressure.
Fourth leg, it's Scott to throw first. Game on.
That was to keep him in the tournament, of course, when you try to maybe suggest that I'm exaggerating. A miss there. In steps Baker on 28.
140.
And that's Colin out. Even more impressive under that much pressure.
100.
In that opening game, I mean, there wasn't a lot he could do about it.
140.
Joe Davis was outstanding, averaging just over 100. However, you will see there's a lot more
60.
fluidity to his action in this second game. Finding the lipstick with much more regularity.
140. 100. Colin, you require 81.
The dream is still alive.
Game shot on the fourth
That
leg.
is an
Colin
11
Osborne.
dart breaker throw from Colin Osborne. Absolutely outstanding under total pressure. He has the darts now in leg 5 to win
Fifth
it
leg, it's Colin
exactly
to throw first. Game on.
by the scoreline he needed. 4-0 or 4-1. That was a beautiful 11 dart breaker throw.
80.
3 140s out on 81. Serious quality. Averaging over 100. 95 for
100.
Baker.
180.
There he goes again. Wow.
140.
Even if he doesn't win this leg and then doesn't
100.
qualify, which is looking like he will, it's been a wonderful effort. Needs to fill it.
100.
Not enough.
Colin, you require 141.
Can he defy the odds and win it 4-1, double 12?
129.
That would have been
Scott, you
to
require
finish it off
161.
in 14, 11 and 12. Oh my goodness, he can't, can he? Oh no, he needed treble 17 for the ball.
97.
So to finish off,
Colin, you
an
require 12.
absolute blinder.
Game, shots.
Outstanding.
And the match. Colin Osborne.
Winning legs of 16, 14, 11 and 13. He had to win 4-1 and 4-1 or better. And guess what? He's done that with a 100+ average. Superb performance from both. Best match of the night by a mile. So we know our first semi-final will be Jared Cole up against Colin Osborne. And our second semi-final will be Joe Davis against Rob Collins. We're going to be back in 10 minutes. Good evening and welcome back to Sporty Stuff TV for our first semi-final. And it will be Jared Cole against the comeback king. Colin Osborne had to win 4-1 or better and produces the best average of the night, 102.86 to do exactly that. Scott Baker did very little wrong, averaged 96.86 himself, but he went down 4-1. All three players winning one match in that group, but it is Joe Davis and Colin Osborne who progress. Joe Davis finished in top, so he will play Rob Collins in semi-final number 2. Colin Osborne won the opening leg of that match in 16. Scott Baker answered back with a 15-dart hold, and then Colin Osborne ran out legs in 14, 11 and 13. Really was outstanding. Jared will have the darts as the winner of Group 1. Again, best of 7, first of 4.
It's Jared to throw first. Game on.
And then it will be semi-final number 2 will be Joe Davis against Rob Collins. Then we
60.
will have a very short 5-minute break. And then third and fourth playoff. Remember, third spot is
85.
quite important because whoever wins that match does get to come back in the early stages
57.
of week 5, which will be Champions Week, where a first prize of £5,000 will be up for grabs.
125.
Week 10, that's being increased by a further £1,000. So Champions Week 10.
140.
The winner will walk away with the cheque for £6,000. £12,000 in prize money up that week. Week 1 was won by Martin Adams, so he's safely through. Who's going to join him?
140. 126. Jared, you require 104.
Treble 18 would have left double 16.
56.
An early break of throw opportunity
40.
for Colin to continue this wonderful run of form.
Game shot on the first leg. Colin
Absolutely
Osborne.
no problem at all. A 13-dart breaker throw for Colin. That makes his last 3 winning legs 14, 11, 13 and 13. This is some darts from Colin Osborne.
It's Colin to throw first. Game on.
The Wizard's wand is waving.
$59. 93. 140. 58. 140.
'Winning averages in Group 2
100.
were 100.20 for Joe Davis, 93.87 for Scott Baker, and 102.86 for Colin Osborne.
122.
And Scott Baker lost with a 96.86, and Joe Davis lost with a 90.75.
123. Colin, you require 40.
For back-to-back.
Game shot on the second
13
leg.
darters.
Colin
This
Osborne.
is some exhibition of darts so far from Colin Osborne. His last 4 winning legs have all been under 15 darts.
Third leg, it's Jared to throw first. Game on.
If you see, his last 5 winning legs, they've all been under 15.
59.
14, 11, 13, 13, 13.
$55.
Very, very impressive.
$44. $85. $140. $100.
Best of 7, as always, as you can see. First to 4.
58.
Straight knockout. These matches now, of course. Winner progresses to final. Loser will be
123.
in the 3rd and 4th match playoff.
41.
Oh dear, no finish. He's
Colin,
giving
you require
Colin
138.
6 darts at 138 for the double break of throw. Trouble 18.
98.
Possible 16 darter. Pour this.
127. Colin, you require 40.
He's missed a double.
35. Jared, you require 32. Game shot on the third leg. Jared Cole.
Picks up his first leg of the match. A 19 dart hole to throw. Still a break of throw behind, of course. So Colin Osborne still a big, big favourite for this one.
Fourth leg, it's Colin to throw first. Game on. $57. $60. $180. $140.
Super reply from Jared Cole.
$59. $95.
Starting to reach a big moment in the match. Should be ball. Should be going for the ball for me.
140.
Well, that's why he's in it and I'm not.
96.
So
Colin, you
65.
require 65.
Potential 14 dart leg. A 15 darter beckons for 3-1.
25. Jared, you require 110.
Double 15.
80.
Is that his
Colin, you require 40.
final opportunity maybe to get back in the match? If this tops goes in, it's going to be up against it. Is that awkward?
20.
I think that's 7.
Jared, you require 30.
7 missed darts at a double in the last 2 legs.
Game shot on the 4th leg. Jared Cole.
Well, by hook or by crook, he's got himself back in this match. The last 2 legs have been an absolute collapse for Colin. And he's had darts, of course, to win
5th
them
leg.
both.
It's Jared to throw first. Game on.
Should have, or maybe could have, had this one wrapped up 4-0. And sat
45.
in the players' lounge, just chilling for 10 minutes. Now, he's got it all to do again, of course, because Jared Cole
140.
has the darts. And Jared's just 2 holes to throw away from taking his place in the final.
135. 140. 60. 140. 54. Colin, you require 81. 77.
And more missed darts at doubles.
59. Colin, you require 4.
It's close, mate. It's not in. Double 1.
Game shot on the 5th leg. Colin Osborne.
Eventually finds a double and a break of throw, and now has the darts to serve it out. Colin Osborne throws first in leg 6.
6th leg. It's Colin to throw first. Game on. $96. 100.
Following this one, our other semi-final. Joe Davis
60.
against Rob Collins.
$100.
Hard to see anything past a Joe Davis win there. Looking at the numbers going in
41.
to that match. Joe Davis averaging around about 95 for the night.
41.
Rob Collins, well, in the 70s.
43.
Well, he's in trouble here of being broke straight back by Jared Cole.
140.
Jared Cole won his 2 matches tonight with a 75 average
100.
and a
Jared,
78.
you require
He's living a
120. 80.
blessed night. He's, unless Colin takes out
Colin, you require
161,
161.
he's somehow going to be having the darts in the decider in a match that he's been pretty much played in its entirety.
87. Jared, you require 40.
The frustration for Colin is he knows this match should be done and dusted, and it's not.
Game shot on the 6th leg. Jared Cole.
It's a 17 darter for Cole, And we are going to a decider, and Jared has the darts. Colin Osborne will be absolutely boiling inside.
7th and final leg. It's Jared to throw first. Game on. $100.
Colin Osborne has an average of 10 points higher. His double stats, 3 from 13.
140.
Jared Cole, 3 from 7. That's where this has been won and lost.
57.
Can Colin build on that 140? Well, there's 80.
100.
140 and a ton. Jared Cole, 83 adrift.
140.
What a huge final dart that was to find the treble 20. Needs another treble for me.
100.
See by the expression on Colin's face, he felt the same.
140. Colin, you require 161. 97.
Oh,
Jared, you require 64.
couldn't be any closer. He's going to get one dart at double 16.
32. Colin, you require 64.
So Colin's chance to see it out. Tops. Tens.
Game, shot, and the match.
Deservedly
Colin
so.
Osborne.
Finishes the 64 off. A 15 darter against the throw to get it won. That would have been almost criminal if Colin hadn't have won that match. The far better player, of course, but just went missing from leg 3 onwards. Started the match with back-to-back 13 dart legs. Started missing doubles, and that's where the trouble started. Instead of being on the streak of hitting them, he went into a streak of missing. Right, we're going to be back with Joe Davis up against Rob Collins. Good evening, or should I say good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. I know people are tuning in all around the world on our YouTube channel, but welcome along to Sporty Stuff TV if you're watching us via that channel. Right, semi-final number 2, Joe Davis versus Rob Collins. Rob Collins had to do it the hard way, as did Colin Osborne, and it's Colin Osborne, the first player into the final, with a very impressive average yet again of 93.8.
First leg, it's Joe to throw first. Game on.
So Joe Davis, our emphatic winner of Group B, up against Rob Collins, who finished second in Group B and second in Group
96.
1 tonight. I can't give you any odds on this match because I can't find any anywhere.
58.
I presume, for those of you that can, Davis would be a massive favourite, and rightly so.
100.
Just on the back of what we've seen, well, not only tonight, but over the course of the last 3 nights.
81.
It's been some night of darts so far. We've had some absolutely wonderful matches and some great averages. We've also had, well, I
44.
can't roll it in glitter. It's not in my DNA, I'm afraid. Ultimately, let's look forward to a great final. Before that,
55.
the runner-up of this match will be taking on Jared Cole in our 3rd and 4th place playoff. Winner of that progresses to Champions Week. So, still plenty to play for.
91.
And then the final will be straight after that.
26. Joe, you require 170. $98. 79. Joe, you require 72.
No, I can't give you any betting advice, unfortunately. I can find some virtual darts
Game shot on
being
the first
priced
leg.
up, but I
Joe
can't
Davis.
find this semi-final or the final. So I'll tell you who I think should be favourite and who I thought was favourite for this one. In fact, probably I would have priced him up
Second
around
leg,
about
it's Rob to throw
1 to
first.
3
Game
is Joe Davis, and he's 1-0 up.
on. 81.
There is some 20 points between them going in to this match in terms of averages.
100.
I expect Joe Davis to end with an average of around about
42.
90. So Rob Collins is going to have to put some 15 on his average to make it remotely competitive.
100.
Like I say, it's not all lost. The runner-up, sorry, excuse me, the loser in this one does get the chance to
58.
qualify still for Champions Week and the opportunity of winning £5,000 on top of their appearance money, of course.
60.
The biggest prize in amateur darts right now.
55.
And that's just the start of it, of course.
43.
Plans are afoot for the winner to receive £10,000. That's the equivalent of winning a Pro Tour.
57.
So that's winning an event with 128 of the world's best in it.
121.
The player will get to win that playing in our little live league. Don't forget, you can enter. Get on the maddarts.tv website, click on the news button,
96.
and all the information is
Joe
there about how you can
77.
qualify and take your place in one of the online darts live leagues. Your chance to scoop some of that money. Tops for 2-0.
37. Rob, you require 112. 92.
Very, very good effort from Rob Collins. The man
Joe,
of
you
steel.
require 40.
Oh, he touched the steel, and that was the wire on the double tops. Will he get another go? Oh, looking like it.
Game shot on the second leg.
Loves
Joe
the last
Davis.
dart. Does Joe Davis. The amount of times he done that in Group B over the 2 nights. Remember, he won 7 out of his 8 matches.
Third leg, it's Joe to throw first. Game on.
Well, that wasn't a pretty leg, but it was a breaker throw. And it's a 2-0 lead for Joe.
60. 58. 57. 100. 100. 140. 134.
Down to 150 after 12. Should run for cover.
105.
Goes to the bullseye to leave a 2-darter.
Joe, you require 150.
2 treble 19s for double 18 was the shot.
99. Rob, you require 98.
To break back. Treble 18 for 2 12s.
58. Joe, you require 51.
Double 16 Double 8 for 3-0.
43. Rob, you require 40. Game shot on the third leg. Rob Collins.
Rob Collins gets that break of throwback, and he will have the darts in leg 4. Can he level things up? Joe Davis just starting to go missing on the doubles,
Fourth
very
leg,
much
it's
like
Rob to throw first.
Colin Osborne did a little earlier. Colin Osborne awaits the winner in the final. Jared Cole awaits the runner-up in the third and fourth place playoff.
140.
Is that giving Rob Collins a bit of confidence? Joe Davis is there for the taking. He's averaging 79 right now, Joe Davis.
100.
Surely Rob Collins must be able to sense and feel that. He's gone off the boil. Maybe that's the trouble, and he's trying a little bit too hard.
57.
Ruthless on his flights, and he needs to be ruthless. Like one of our other previous winners, James Richardson. The 9-dart man, of course.
58.
From week 1. And before. Hit 2 now in the live leagues has James Richardson.
60.
Also had 9 darters from Aaron Monk and Martin Adams.
$140.
A much needed 140 from Joe Davis.
43. $95. $100. Joe, you require 108.
For 3-1, and to get that break of throwback.
60. Rob, you require 101.
To level things up. There's the treble 20. 1 for tops for 2-2.
61. Joe, you require 48. Game shot on the fourth leg.
And Joe Davis does get the break back and moves into that 2-leg cushion yet again. Leads 3-1, has the darts to close this one out 4-1.
Fifth leg, it's Joe to throw first. Game on.
Forgets for a place in the final. Guaranteed to be back Champions Week.
43. $59.
The lineup for next week. I know a few of you have been inquiring. Group A is Jamie Clark, Robert Owen, Darren
93.
Beveridge, Greg Ritchie, Niall Cullerton and Mike Warburton. Group C, Adrian Gray, Dave Parletti, Conan Whitehead. Group B, Paul Hogan, Lee Cox and Fallon Sherrock.
81.
Group B, of course, is the Thursday and Friday night evening session, which you'll be able to watch on Sporty Stuff TV.
100.
Group C is the Thursday and Friday morning. Group A, of course, is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning. All of the action
59.
available on the Online Darts YouTube channel. So 37 points in front plus these. 9 19s was the target.
58.
5 minimum, because that would have left 170. If it had been a treble 20 there with this final dart, it would have left 167. Rob Collins just cannot find a red bit.
81.
Eventually finds the treble 20. That list of players, of course, for next week starts 9:30 a.m. Monday morning. The asset, Paul Nicholson,
133.
back in the hot seat to bring you all the action. Hope you've enjoyed a week off. I presume after your operation you wouldn't have better enjoy the beautiful weather with a few rounds of golf.
140.
Although at least if
Joe,
we played with your
74.
elbow hanging off, it might be a little bit more competitive. You'd only have to give me about 30 shots. Those of you that are unaware, Paul is a fabulous exponent of probably one of the most difficult games I've ever played, golf.
60. Rob, you require 81.
Never quite understood the concept of golf. You spend all that money to play on the best courses and want to get off as quick as possible.
No score.
That is a miscount. 19 left 62. Yeah, 13, which left 49.
You require 14.
I once played golf at that wonderful resort at the Celtic Manor. I was asked to leave in the end. I was on there for about 6 hours and was only on the 15th hole.
Game, shots, and the match.
Joe Davis does make the final, where he will join Colin Osborne, who awaits in that final. A bit of a poor one, that one from both. But he'll have to improve, that's for sure, because Colin Osborne is throwing some great darts. All is not lost for Rob Collins. He's going to play Jared Cole in our third or fourth playoff just before that final. We're going to be back in about 2 minutes. Good morning and welcome back to the third and fourth playoff in week 2 of phase 2 of the Online Darts Live League. Welcome along to all the viewers on Sporty Stuff TV. 2 matches remain this third and fourth playoff, and we're having this third and fourth playoff if you're joining us for the first time because the winner of this does progress into week 5, which is Champions Week. Already in Champions Week, Martin Adams, of course, after winning week 1. So Jared Cole, who topped Group A, which was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, winning 11 of his 15 matches. Against
First leg, it's Jared to throw first. Game
Rob
on.
Collins, who came behind in Group B to snatch second spot. Tonight,
43.
lost his opener to Jared Cole, 4-0. And then defeated
85.
Stephen Burton 4-3 by the narrowest of margins to progress into the semi-finals. Jared
58.
took care of Stephen Burton 4-1.
$60.
Jared won the ball.
100.
Get the honour in this third and fourth playoff. In terms of averages, not particularly a great deal between them.
80. 100.
Expect Jared to be the winner, just on the basis of what we've seen so far this evening and the fact
96.
he defeated him tonight so convincingly already in that Group 1 match. The final is Colin Osborne against
60.
Joe Davis. Colin's done it the hard way, finished 4th in Group A, which meant he had to return
60.
for
Jared, you
2
require
more
140.
morning groups, which is Group C. And he came through that, winning 7 of his 10 matches, topped that group with an average
94.
over
Rob, you require
89.
120.
Joe Davis, the most impressive of all to qualify out of Group B, winning 7 out of 8.
60. Jared, you require 46.
He's missed the big 14. So 3 double 16, 35 remaining for a hold of throw.
30. Rob, you require 60.
Drops the dart. And he is going to need it. Can retrieve that, of course.
20.
That's
Jared,
hard.
you require 16.
Real double trouble tonight.
14.
None from
Rob, you
18
require 40.
in his opening match, Rob Collins. And then 4 from 10 in that 4-3 defeat, which was much better, obviously.
Game shot on the first leg. Rob Collins.
That's a 24 dart break of throw to get us underway. The temperature in that studio. I had to poke my head in the door in between matches, and it is absolutely
Second
roasting
leg, it's
in
Rob
there.
to throw first. Game on.
It's obviously a soundproof studio, and you've got all the TV lights in there. It's extremely warm.
59.
It's literally like a sweatbox.
60. $58. 140.
Did battle back well against Colin Osborne, did Jared Cole in the semi-final.
95.
Was just edged out in the end by Colin. 4-3. Colin had an average of 93.8.
59.
Jared had an average of 85.19. His highest of the night.
$100.
In Group A, he had a high average of 102.62 and at 18,180. Only one player at more. And that was Scott Baker at 19.
140.
Colin Osborne, not too far behind that on 17. No surprise, he's in the final. He was Phil Bars's pick.
95. Jared, you require 102.
It was looking like my pick was going to progress into the semi-final. Incredibly, Colin had to beat him
54.
4-1 or better.
94.
That's exactly what he did with 102.86 average. Tops for 2-0.
Game shot on the
That's
second
more
leg.
like it.
Rob Collins.
From Rob Collins. Very clean finish on the 94, treble 18 and straight in tops. Jared Cole in trouble.
Third leg, it's Jared to throw first. Game on. $99.
17 dart hole to throw for Rob Collins. It's not pretty. I'll tell you what is pretty. Qualifying for Champions Week
95.
and getting the opportunity to slot a £5 check in your bank account.
55.
Certainly more than 99.999% of the planet's ever done.
60. 55.
First start is just not happening for him, and when he does find that first start,
57.
when he does follow it, it's just not happening for him right now.
$58. 59. 134.
It's more like it. Picking off the two treble 19s to leave a straight ton.
$100. Jared, you require 100.
104th match of the week there for Charlie Costafine.
60. Rob, you require 130.
Bullseye. He does love a ball.
105.
Good
Jared,
effort.
you require 40. Game shot on the third leg.
It is.
Jared Cole.
First hold of throw for Jared Cole to get a first chalk on the board. And he trails 2-1. Rob Collins has the darts, of course.
Fourth
To
leg.
re-establish.
It's Rob to throw first. Game on.
That two-leg cushion.
$100. 100. 60.
We'll be taking a break, of course, when the
100.
World Match Play gets underway.
$57. 85.
Of course, that will be on Sky Sports, the World Match Play. 8 more events before that. 2 groups of 4 of Pro Tours to finally
134.
get our 32 players. The field
140. Rob, you require
will be
150.
complete after those 8 Pro Tours. Also be doing that with Paul Nicholson on TalkSport, double 15.
135.
So where has that come from?
Jared, you require 76. Game shot on the 4th leg. Jared Cole.
A 14 dart break of throw from absolutely nowhere. Not before. Rob Collins wired double 15 for a 150 for a 3-1 lead. Funny
5th
old
leg,
game.
it's Jared to throw first. Game on. $45. 100. 100. 60.
Don't forget the final to follow. If you're just joining us, this is the 3rd and 4th place playoff.
44. 58. 140.
'Incredible how quick a darts match
59.
can turn around on one shot. The miss on the 150 and the clinical 76. And Jared Cole is established control.
44.
Well, 140 here would throw the cat amongst the pigeons, of course.
54. Jared, you require 128.
Well, he's had a 161 and a 167 as Rob Collins. Oh, bullseye for a 128.
Game shot on the 5th leg. Jared Cole.
Oh, that's a beautiful finish from Jared Cole. That's what he's capable of. That's why he won Group A. It's not quite gone his way tonight. Not sure the 2 nights off or
6th
2
leg,
days
it's
off
Rob to throw first. Game on.
has done him any favours. Of course, he's a long way from home, and it's not like you can
100.
meet up with the lads down the pub to have a 3 or 4 hours each day to keep his eye in.
140.
He's starting to motor a bit now, though.
46.
It's going to be back-to-back 140s.
140. 60. 83. 58. Jared, you require 138.
Another one of those would have left double 12.
86.
So 52 points away from taking third spot and taking his place in Champions Week. And for all his efforts
100. Jared,
this
you
week,
require 52.
I think he deserves it. Double 8.
No score. Rob, you
I-
require 137.
Been a little premature.
$43. Jared, you require 52. $32. Rob, you require 94.
He's taken this out already, of course.
54. Jared, you require 20. Game, shot, and the match.
And Jared Cole eventually gets over the line, winning 4-2, and he will take his place in the Champions Week in Week 5. Congratulations to Rob Collins. He certainly has given it everything over the past 3 days, but Jared Cole, well, picks up the best he could do in the end and wins that third and fourth playoff. Right, we're going to be straight back with Week 2 final, and it's going to be between Colin Osborne and Joe Davis. Good evening and welcome to Sporty Stuff TV. This is the online darts live darts, and this is week 2, phase 2, and this is our final. Colin Osborne up against Joe Davis. I have to put my teeth back in. It is 1:05 in the morning. My 105th match in the hot seat. Not quite sure how many legs have been completed. It feels like quite a few. Rundown tonight. Both these players were in Group 2. Joe Davis in the first match of Group 2 pumped Colin Osborne 4-0 with a 100.2 average.
Game on.
66% on his doubles, a high finish of 101. Colin Osborne didn't get a double. Match number 2, Scott
60.
Baker defeated Joe Davis 4-3 with a 93.87 average, 100% on his doubles and a high finish of 117. Joe Davis averaged 90.75, was 3 out of 4 on his doubles, a high finish of 113 and 180. And then Colin Osborne had to win against Scott Baker 4-1 or better to qualify, and did that in some style with a 102.86 average. Semi-finals, Colin winning by the narrowest of margins. Should have won 4-0 in fairness against Jared, but he eventually got over the line with a 94 average, winning 4-3. And Joe Davis a little less dramatic, but only averaged 78.85 in a 4-1 defeat of Rob Collins. So it was Jared and Rob Collins in the third or fourth playoff, and Jared eventually got the better of Rob Collins with an 80.62 average, only 4 out of 13 on his doubles, a high finish of 128, and was a 4-2 winner. So he takes his place in Champions Week. And now we are down to our final. Colin Osborne won the ball in the practice room to get the honour of throwing first.
140.
And he has made the better start of the two, down to 61. He did have that wonderful spell where he went 14, 11, 13, 13.
Colin, you require 61.
And then just had a bit of a wobble against Jared Cole, but tops for a 14. Sorry, double 18, now double 17.
44. Joe, you require 160. Colin, you require 17.
Options here, 188, I presume. 9 for double 4 is the safe route.
Game shot on the first leg.
That is
Colin
a
Osborne.
17 dart holder throw to get us underway. Advantage Osborne, as like all the matches in the online darts live league. They are best of 7, first to 4.
It's Colin to throw first. Game on.
My apologies. I thought Colin Osborne had the darts.
100.
It is, in fact, Joe Davis that won the ball. So that was a break of throw. Normally when the
94
player's name is first, they are the player that has won the ball. Not on this occasion.
123.
It's been a long week. As I've said, this is our 105th match.
60.
And we did have that Titanic Thursday. And we played 67 of a possible 70 legs. 8 matches
134.
going full 3. The other 2, full 2 and full 1. Ton 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 4 for Colin Osborne in leg 2 with the darts.
144.
Possible 12 dart leg. Has had the highest finish of the week and the highest average,
100.
of course. 107.56 and has had the 170.
$81. Colin, you require 44.
Absolutely loving the fact that the old blends who hate it are still watching it at
Game
1:15 in the morning and
Colin
watching your
Osborne.
favourite player go 2-0 up in this best-of-7 match. Halfway there from being Week 2 champion.
Third leg, it's Joe to throw first. Game on.
So a 17 dart breaker throw has been followed by a 14 dart hold.
43.
The form Joe Davis showed in the semi-finals
95.
is continuing, averaging 70 to Colin Osborne's 97.
$60. $83.
75 behind already after 6 darts with the throw.
98.
Colin Osborne prefers a slightly quicker tempo.
$100. $60. $135.
Oh, I'm not quite sure how he squeezed it into the left corner. He's down to 88 after 12. Back to back 14 darters on the cards here. He does play in spells, does Colin. A real streaky player.
60.
When he's hot.
Colin, you require 88.
He is smoking. He won't be going 18 ball.
$48.
No finish for Davis, of course. Colin Osborne playing the percentages, and rightly so.
$60. Colin, you require 40. Game shot on the third leg. Colin Osborne.
His average remains around the late 90s, around about 98 at the moment. Winning legs of 17, 14 and 16
Fourth
for
leg,
Colin
it's
Osborne.
Colin to throw first.
Has been enough
Game on.
to give him the double break of throw and a 3-0 lead. Can he close it out fairly
140.
drama-free? That will be the target. Much more efficient on the outer ring as well as the red bit. 60%, 3 out of 5 on the doubles.
85.
See him just loosening up in the background. His average is 98.58 to be exact right now. Just remaining cool and calm.
140.
Back-to-back 140s. Another player like Jared Cole has been improving
41.
in front of our very eyes. Jared will be disappointed with tonight, but has to look at the positives. Winning Group A cannot be sniffed at.
140.
And this is a tremendous leg to win it. 140, 140, 140.
100.
If he takes this out in
Colin,
two,
you require 81.
he will wrap it up with an average in excess of 100. And he goes 54 double four.
27.
You can't believe that. The reason he goes that way is it's easier to leave tops if he misses the 54. If he hits a single 18, the 4, of course, leaves tops off of 62.
45.
So 14 tops
Colin, you require 54.
to finish a blinder. Oh, he's missed the big number again. What's going on? Tops.
14.
Thinking about the winning line. It's been a while since Colin has probably felt anything like this
60.
in terms of pressure, knowing
Colin, you require 40.
that a place in Champions Week beckons.
Game, shot,
And
the match.
Colin Osborne completes the job with a 17 dart holder throw. Winning legs for Colin Osborne there in 17, 14, 16 and 17. An end average of 93.94. But look at Joe Davis. The wheels completely falling off. 4 scores of 140 or more for Colin. And a lovely checkout percentage of 50%. Well, he did it the hard way. He started on Monday morning and ended up finishing Group A in 4th spot, meaning they had to come back for another 2 mornings and eventually qualified for tonight's final. And our man, Colin Osborne, goes through to Week 5, which will be Champions Week, where he will be joined by Martin Adams, Week 1 winner. Well, Colin is with Phil Bars, and he's going to have a few words, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Colin, our Week 2 champion, how does that feel? And you've done it the hard way here on the Live League.
Very satisfactory, very satisfactory. I squeezed through. I thought when we first started, I got beat 4-0 by Joe, you know. But then you just got to keep playing and play your own game. And obviously got by Scott, which was a great game. Won me semi-final, and obviously come through in the final. Yeah, feels good. Winning always feels good, Phil.
That Scott Baker game really stands out because you were up against it and you produced your best 4-1, 102 average. Was that the catalyst to bring you on here?
I would say so, and the thing is, that was the game which got me through to here. But behind the scenes and playing in previous weeks, Scott's beat me, I think, the last 8 times we played. You know, in this Live League. So there was a lot, not only to win in the emphatic position I did do, you know, but yeah, it was nice to get past him. You know, I can cross him off the list now.
Not only are you Week 2 champion, you're also into Champions Week. That must feel nice because you're going to play for that huge prize pool.
Yeah. Which is always nice, Phil. You know, at the end of the day, that's the goal, you know. When there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, that's what we're all fighting for.
Colin, pleasure to see you play. Thank you very much for joining us here on Sporty TV and Online Darts. We are back 9:30 on Monday morning with another 15 games in Week 3 for you.